Breaking Bad is a show that was always been recommended to me since, I don't know, during my late high school days, I guess. And people who recommend it really puts the show in this pedestal, saying that it's one of the greatest shows that ever existed on television.
You sussy baka!
For the longest time, I've always tried to brush these off, thinking that I have a more superior taste when it comes to shows, even though majority of the shows that I watch were vanilla shonen animes.
Degenerate piece of filth.
Fast forward to 2023, a decade almost, I finally decided to give Breaking Bad a chance.
Yes! Come on!
Since I got into this biking accident and broke my right arm, and I have nothing else to do. And you know what? I now also believe that it's one of the greatest shows that ever existed, plus its prequel, Better Call Saul.
I'm Saul Goodman, and I make it my business.
And as a tribute to Vince Gilligan's magnum opus, I tried to copy the design of Gus Fring's fast food chain, Los Pollos Hermanos.
My name is Gustavo, but you can call me Sus.
This idea came to me when I was on my way home one day, and I suddenly got this craving for a KFC Zinger burger. And it just so happens that there is a KFC on my route way home.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
So I drove there and ordered my S1 Zinger meal to go, and as I was waiting for my order, I zoned out a bit. And I can't help but notice that someone was slowly fading into existence.
Hello.
And then there he was. And then the fast food attendant snapped me back into reality. And basically, the drive back home was me reminiscing about how good Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul was. And I thought to myself, maybe I could make some content out of Breaking Bad. And that's when I've decided to make my own rendition of one of the most iconic fast food chains in the show.
And welcome to the Los Pollos Hermanos family.
The software that I will be using for the 3D modeling is SketchUp, and let's now start with the model. I did try to make an effort to do the model at first, but
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
So here's the exterior model that I got from 3D Warehouse. Game is the game, guys. And I'm going to start adding some details and fixing some of the textures. The quality of the logo is quite bad, and I'm going to fix that first. Maybe Gus was trying to cut back on his marketing cost and did not hire like a digital artist for this banner. Okay, I think the logo is better now. I'm going to fix the textures and add some other elements that can be seen outside the main structure. While I was doing my research on this place, I found out that Los Pollos was actually based from a real Mexican fast food chain called Twisters, located somewhere in Albuquerque. And it's so cool seeing it in Google Maps and interacting with the place. It's like I'm actually in the Breaking Bad universe. I was really hoping to see Lyle pop up somewhere while I was moving around outside, but sadly he's not there.
Cabron, I need to see you a boss.
After editing the main structure, I'm now going to fix the parking lot and add a plant box surrounding the area. I love the scene where Walter was doing donuts in an empty parking lot. My guy was like doing the Han special of Tokyo Drift, but without the wrist part. I'm now going to add the main road as well as the neighboring structures. I think their location is somewhat of a residential area since there's a lot of residential houses once you divert from the main road. I added some random houses on the side, but not like the ones from the actual location.
Show me.
And I think that's pretty much it for the SketchUp model. I'm now going to save this and convert this to a collada file so I could import this model later in Lumion. I hope Gustavo is happy with this model.
For the love of God!
I'm now going to open Lumion and import the 3D model that I just made on SketchUp. So here's the 3D model. I will now be adding the lights for the main structure as well as the other houses on the side. The model that I found on 3D Warehouse doesn't have any interior on it. Just imagine that this is when Nacho and Gus recently trashed and blew up the place. After the lights, I'm now going to add the textures. I'm not sure what kind of construction materials that they mainly use in Albuquerque. Based on what I saw in Google Maps, it was just mostly concrete, but I will only apply that for the Los Pollos structure and not the other houses.
What construction project?
The plant box surrounding the parking area seems to have no too little grass on it, so I will be using the soil texture and add a little bit of grass later. I can imagine the paint trying to maintain a healthy patch of grass on this place. I thought the temperature would be somewhat high in Albuquerque, but when I searched the average temperature, I think it's pretty cold. After the textures, I'm now going to add some plants. I'm not going to copy the plants from the actual location. Instead of using bush and hedges, I'm going to use some random xeriscaping plants. Shout out to my prof back in college who taught us about xeriscaping. And add a bunch of twigs and small rocks. For the trees on the back, a mix of palm and broadleaf trees will do. After the plants, let's add some random cars and people. I was initially going to try and add like a random character model from the Breaking Bad universe in here, but the only model that I found was not that great. And I think that's everything that we have to add in Lumion. I'm now going to capture an image.
You, they'll pat you on the head, but they are never, ever letting you in.
Okay, I think this view is good enough, and now I'm going to add the rendering effects.
Because you don't need them. I mean, they're not going to give it to you? So what? You're going to take it. You're going to do whatever it takes. Do you hear me? You are not going to play by the rules.
Okay, I think the rendering effects is all good, and now I am going to render this image.
You're going to go your own way. You're going to do what they won't do. You're going to be smart. You are going to cut corners, and you are going to win.
And there we go. Here is the result of the rendered image in Lumion, and I think we can still improve this with a little bit of post-production.
Lightning bolt shoot from my fingertips!
I'm now going to open the rendered image in Adobe Photoshop. I kinda want to make the image look warmer, so I'm going to play around with the temperature and also make the sky look a bit more brighter.
Well, here's what's gonna happen. One day, you're gonna wake up, eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, go about your business. And sooner or later, you're gonna realize you haven't thought about it.
Okay, I think the sky looks better now, and I'm going to add and edit some effects here in Adobe Photoshop.
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. We had Fring. We had a lab. We had everything we needed. It all ran like clockwork. You could have shut your mouth, cooked, and made as much money as you ever needed. It was perfect. But no, you just had to...
Okay, I think the overall image looks a bit better now. I'm going to add a motion blur effect on the motorcycle on the front and also add like a diner interior design image on the windows.
We all make our choices. And those choices, they put us on a road. Sometimes those choices seem small, but they put you on the road. You think about getting off, but eventually you're back on it. And nothing can be done about that.
And I think that's pretty much it for the post-production. I'm now going to save this image and pray that Gustavo is satisfied with this rendering.
Is there no other way, truly?
Here is the progression from the 3D model up to the final rendering. Let me know if there are other iconic buildings or structures from shows that you want me to render. I'm thinking of doing an interior rendering for The Office next.
My crystal meth got here, guys.
And that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe, guys.
Winds southerly at about 15 with gusts of 25 for a little bit of a change tomorrow, and of course the possibility of some scattered showers. Today, of course, there's nothing showing up on the radar. However, the satellite photo was pretty interesting for the western half of the U.S. Rain showers and thunder showers along